Today is August 16th. It's been a good week, been a fairly good week. If you guys watch these speeches often, I've been doing a 20-day where the main focus of it has been to exclude myself from unnecessary social interactions and remain my energy intact within me and try to discover more about myself and learn more about what works for me and what doesn't work for me. And it's about day 16, I said I was gonna wake up at 4 a.m. every single day and go to bed at 8 every single day, and that just hasn't been the reality. I'm not ashamed to sit here and say that it hasn't been, because there's no point in feeling shame or guilt. I've told you guys that before. But everlasting, it's been a good week. It's been a good 16 days. Yesterday, I stepped out of the zone a bit, and then I went to my friend's birthday party, my friend's mother's birthday party, actually. And that was nice. Did get some social time in there, but still worked, still always the guy, while everyone's partying behind on the laptop with my headphones in, because I just love it. I don't know, something about being in a environment where everyone isn't happy and enjoying themselves, but I'm sitting there working, I'm still able to feel their energy in that same room is super enjoyable to me. I really, really enjoy doing my work at that time. But at last, here we are again. It's a Sunday, it's an end of my week, and everything's consistent, everything's good. I'll treat this one more as a diary to tell you guys what is going on in my life and what's been going through my head and what's been happening. I mean, in terms of everything, we've got good cash flow. Closed a client for Summit this week. I have a really good cash flow going for Thirlwell. I learned ads this week in less than a week. And when I was on this trip with my friend's birthday, I was meeting all these entrepreneurs, all these people that run their own companies. I was sitting there explaining myself to them, and they were all fascinated by me because I'm a 19-year-old high school dropout who runs these multiple different ventures and is actually seeing progress in those foundations that I'm building. And through analyzing my work and my efforts, it's like, yes, if I had chosen one thing and one route to go down in the beginning, would I have already achieved everything I want to achieve? Possibly. But how I see this and me experimenting with all these things is I don't believe I've found the thing that I love. I definitely think there's a potential that it is Project Risk, but I have a very big inclination to it. But at last, I'm so young. At the end of the day, I'm 19 years old. I'll sit here and act as mature as I want, but I am young, and I still have so many things to discover and so many things to learn. So I'm looking at, this trial and error process that all these entrepreneurs go through, and me having the blessing to actually succeed in all the things that I'm pursuing and actually see results in all the things that I'm pursuing. It's like the perfect university. It's like, what kind of other university? It's like you go to university, you take 4 courses. I'm my own university and I'm pursuing 4 things: personal brand, an agency, a home service company, and an e-commerce company. It's like, I've got so many things on the table that I get to learn from and master. And the best piece of advice I could give you is, do not confine yourself so much, and understand that yes, you might have an ultimate purpose, but understand there's a million ways to get to that purpose. A million. There's infinite possibilities to achieve the thing you want to achieve. It's not this one venue that you've discovered right now. It could be a completely different thing. And coming to acceptance with that allows you to not only be open to the potential and possibilities of the universe and allow yourself to pursue these other things while still feeling like you're in pursuit of your purpose, but also not being tied to one singular thing. And if that thing doesn't work, it wasn't for you, it doesn't destroy your world. Because if you put yourself in a scenario where everything is dictated based on external factors, your happiness, your enjoyment, your satisfaction comes from all these external factors, it just won't work. Eventually, it'll get to a breaking point where something will go wrong externally and you have no control. But if you have all the control internally and realize that your greatest battle in this world is actually yourself, it's not these external things that you're facing, it's you. It becomes much easier, because now, yes, there's pressure in battling yourself, but in coming to that acceptance, you no longer give power to all these external things that constantly fluctuate. I do not make business. I don't make all the money I want to make My business doesn't work every single month. This action that I do for my business doesn't always work, but the core understanding that everything that I do and everything that I am doing is in pursuit of my greater purpose allows me to be so content in moments of desperation and moments of extreme happiness. I'm able to go, wow, I can actually intake and learn from this experience rather than have that experience break me. And that's because I've allowed myself to be so open-minded to the possibilities of and venues in which I could achieve my goals and my purpose that I don't hold fear in losing something. Because like I've said before, there is no losing. When you lose something, you gain something. And that sentence in itself is a direct contradiction to the word losing. If you are to gain something when you lose, you cannot lose. You can't lose. Whether it be as bad as sadness, depression, a loved one, you always gain something. You gain something. Gain that depression to learn a lesson from. You gain that sadness to learn from. You lose that loved one to learn something. There's always lessons in every aspect of life. And if I can give you any advice in terms of pursuing life and looking at life as it is allowing yourself to be so open-minded will allow you to learn as much as you possibly can. And when you are so young, like my age at 19, you have so much to learn. You know, I'll tell you a story, how delusional I am. Once upon a time, I was 15 years old, making a decision to drop out of school. My choice to drop out of school is because my mother couldn't afford the tuition. I was going to this private school at the time for that first 2 years of my high school. And my mother couldn't afford the tuition anymore because the government had taken her license away for being a doctor. And I decided, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna take the hardest route. I'm gonna drop out of school and I'm gonna go pursue a business. I'm not gonna go to public school, I'm not gonna go to uni, fuck that. I'm gonna learn how to do it myself. And when I made that choice, I had a very close friend of mine and his family happened to be very fortunate in their endeavors and they've done very well for themselves. And they offered a invitation to their family. And you know, they said, we'll take care of you, we'll pay the tuition, we'll make sure you're okay, you can live with us, everything. And I sat there, that 15-year-old kid, and because of my ego and because of my delusions, I said, no, I am going to do this myself. I'm gonna drop out of school. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much for the blessings and I have complete gratitude to them offering me that. It's an amazing thing, but to be so delusional to sit there and say no to such a beautiful opportunity is just hilarious. And every time, you know, I look back on myself and I've made these decisions that go against, you know, what is right and what is safe, I get so much enjoyment knowing that I chose the path I thought was right in the moment. And something I've said before, if you constantly make decisions based on the person you want to become, any decision you make now will be good. If you make decisions based on how you feel in the moment, you will hold regret to those because how you feel in the moment fluctuates constantly. But who you want to become and the goals you want to achieve often don't fluctuate constantly. And if you allow yourself to if you hold yourself to make decisions only the version of yourself that have achieved all the things that you've achieved would make in the moment you're in, no longer can you hold regret to the decisions you make because you made that from the best possible place, and that is living true to yourself. Not living true to yourself in the moment, but living true to your truest self, the version of yourself that has achieved everything you want to do. Because any risk that you take in this person you are today doesn't matter if that person would have taken it. Because in that story, maybe it went well, maybe it didn't. But that decision is what's going to allow you to become that version of yourself that you want to be, that has achieved everything you want to achieve. So remain with an open mind to everything in life. Remain with an open mind through your pursuits, through business. Allow yourself to flow like water, like Bruce Lee said. Be malleable. Diverse yourself. Have talents in many things. You know, there was a quote that read, "A jack of all trades is a master of none." But how the quote really goes is, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Allowing yourself to be so diversified in this human world that you can do everything that you want to do in whatever venue it requires to achieve your purpose will allow you to become the person you want to be and will not confine you within these lines that you've set for yourself and these lines that society has set where you have to do this thing, you have to do this to achieve X purpose. If you just go, no, I'm going to understand what is in front of me. I'm going to learn as much as I can. I'm going to intake everything that I can. I'm going to provide, I'm going to gain as much value as I can from every single life experience, from all the things that I'm pursuing. It'll allow you not only to pursue so many things, but it'll allow you to enjoy every single up and down within those things so that you can best achieve your goal. Because at the end of the day, if you can still walk, shit, and piss, you will achieve your goal. If you have such a burning desire in your heart, such an ambition that courses through your veins, that you wake up with an urge every day that you have to achieve this thing, you will do this thing. Any loss, any failure that you encounter along the path of pursuit in that thing is only a benefit towards you, because those failures and those losses will only provide exponential value to you in achieving that very thing. It will make you the person you need to be in order to achieve that goal you have set for yourself. And when you come to acceptance with that reality, you understand that everything is beneficial. Everything is no longer a problem. Problems don't exist. There is no quitting. There's no failure. There's no loss. It is everything will bring you closer to the goals that you want to achieve. Everything. And if you can truly live by what I am saying now, life will seem a lot simpler and more fun, because everything becomes exhilarating from then. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Frost Thurwell. I'll catch you in the next one.